What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We picked up this hatch about a month or two ago. We got a swap out of it. Today we're just gonna come work on it, get it started. Probably take apart the axles, probably start looking into the wiring, what I gotta do, what I gotta start taking apart, so that once we actually start the swap, it can be a lot smoother. And we got a K20 swap. Originally, I wanted to do a K24. In the future, I want to go all-wheel drive. The K24 is the way to go when you want to go all-wheel drive. I don't really know any K20 ways that you can do it, but K24 is what I wanted to do. So I didn't know anything about the K20 swap. At work, my uncle called me. He told me that one of his friends was selling a full swap. I was interested. He told me it was a K20. I thought it would be a great idea to get myself into a K series a lot faster, a lot more cost effective. And so I ended up saying yes, and we made the deal happen. This engine is a K20 A3. And for those of you guys that don't know, that is the engine that came in the Civic Si and I believe the base RSX, which on paper, it sounds cool. When you do some research on these engines came with a lot more weaker pistons, rods. Head only has VTEC on one side. I can't remember if it's the exhaust side or the intake side. So it's not the for real VTEC. So it makes the engine the least desirable out of, the K20s. They can be pretty cool if you build them, but the thing is the head. Because the head only has VTEC on one side, you would have to swap over to the Type S head. For what it is, I feel like it could be a great engine if you're just gonna swap it in as in like an OEM plus engine. Easy way to get into a K swap. Right now I have a D15B. I kind of want to test out what is the power difference or the speed difference jumping from a D15 to a K20 A3. I feel like it would be a pretty cool video or, test, experiment to see if it's worth it to go from a D15B to a K20 A3 instead of going Type S, something a lot more expensive. It's not the best engine, but at least it's a good start to learn what do you need for a K20 or for any K swap in the future once you actually want to start one. I didn't really know what I needed, so this is kind of like a little introduction as to what you actually will need with the problems you're going to encounter once you're actually starting a K swap. So kind of rambling now. K20 A3, we'll test it out, see if it's a good engine to just start out with. If not, we'll always get the K24 later on. For today's video, we're just gonna go ahead and start walking around, start looking at everything that we're gonna do, start taking apart the axles, to look into the wiring harness. We gotta take out the exhaust, start removing the axles, and we'll go from there. So Jimmy's under the car. In order to remove the axles, apparently you're just supposed to stick a pry bar and then push it in between the tranny and the axle, and then you just kind of pry it out and then it should come out, but we're kind of having a little bit of difficulty trying to get it out. So Jimmy's under there trying his best. We'll see if we can get anywhere with it. If we have any tips right now, I'll let you guys know, but as of right now, we're just gonna try to get it out with force.
You have to watch out with this boot that's sliding off.
Jimmy the goat. Ah, damn.
You see it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Woo! Good shit. Okay, so we got one axle out, but while taking it out, sorry, the little mic receiver is right there. The boots actually came off, so all the lube was getting everywhere, and we couldn't get it on. So we took off the little O-ring and we just slid it on like that. And we're gonna try to find a replacement for it. If not, if we can just put that one back on. This is turning out to be a little bit longer. Jimmy said that this thing is usually really easy, and I believe him, because all you gotta really do is pry it out and hope for the best. This side I think is different because it has something called a intermediate shaft. Now that we get under the car, we'll see the setup and I'll show you guys. Under the passenger side of the engine, where the engine is actually on the chassis, this is what I'm talking about. So this is the intermediate shaft, and I guess that's connected to the axle shaft right here. I'm assuming it's the same process. Just try to get it right here and then pry it off from the intermediate shaft, and we should be golden. If not, I'm gonna do a little bit of reading because I think this one was a bit different than the other side. That's basically the shaft situation. We're just gonna try to pry it out like we did the other side, and we got some movement. I don't know if you guys can tell, we got some movement. Supposedly this side is the hard one. After a little bit of prying, I basically pried it off this side and pulled it with my other hand, and we were able to get it off. I already know it's gonna be a pain to get on once we're actually doing the swap because of how I was trying to put it back on right now, just to test it out. And dude, this thing is freaking hard to get on, so but at least we got it out. Alrighty, let's see what else we can do. I'm gonna remove the exhaust, or I keep calling it the exhaust. Should be a couple bolts, should be really easy. Got the exhaust manny out. Skunk 2. Oh, Skunk 2 Alpha. What the world? Damn, son. I didn't even notice that when I took it. Damn, that's kind of tight. Alrighty. Looks like we got something quality out of this. Looks like we got a nice little start to this. All we got to do is get the little cherry picker, take off the engine mounts, which Jimmy found online. These are $104 on whatever website. We'll test them out. Want to follow where the harness goes, because I don't see any harness on this, or at least I don't know where it goes, nor do I know if it has like the conversion from this harness to the actual chassis harness. So I wanted to check that out too. I found where the harness goes. This is like the main thing, leads to there, and that's where the harness comes in, and that harness leads to ECU. This leads to the dash. Okay, so this is like the conversion harness, I'm assuming, because that leads up there, and that's for the fuel box, I guess. So I guess we do have all the harnesses here. It's just a lot of wiring, and it honestly stresses me out. Zoom in on this dude out here editing, managing his father's Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy's Proj. I'm sure go to show that off. We gotta beat the neighbors.
Yes, sir.
See, from here, it's just basically removing out the engine. We already saw that there is a harness on this car. Like, it's what we need to get this car running, or this motor running on my hatch. I don't know when we'll get the little cherry picker so we can do this engine swap, but I guess that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. God bless. See you on the next one.